Hello everyone, and welcome to the next edition of the Holland Office Museum's Artifact Video Series. My name is Ryan Duffy, and I'm the director of the museum. And this week we're going to talk about some medical equipment that we have here at the museum, particularly dealing with the dental industry, as we've got some implements that were used going back about 100 years to various dentists from Batavia that we have on display here. So we're going to talk a little bit about the history of the items, but also the lives of the men who use them. So we're going to talk about our dental chair here, as long as some of the implements used by men like Harvey Burkhart, Clor Merle, and Patterson, which all were dentists in Batavia around the beginning of the 20th century, well up into the latter half of the 1900s. So we're going to talk a little bit about the tools as well as the men, and learn a little bit more about the dentists of Batavia.
So the first dentist we're going to talk about is Dr. Harvey Burkhart. He was born in Cleveland, Ohio in 1864 and actually grew up in Dansville, New York. But he graduated from high school in Dansville and then went to the Baltimore School of Dentistry, where he got his degree in 1890. And he married his wife, Jane Higston, the same year. The following year, he took over for the dental office of Dr. William Gardner in Batavia. And he took his responsibilities very seriously, serving in many organizations and eventually becoming an alderman, and was actually elected as the city's first mayor in 1915. He worked as a dentist for about 25 years, but in 1916 he left his dental office to work for the Eastman Dental Foundation, which was headed up by George Eastman, in order to promote dental health and to increase the need for clinics around Rochester and eventually around the world. And Burkhart would be responsible for a lot of these clinics and also write in several journals. Though he lived in Rochester for his last 30 years, he returned to Batavia frequently and would often speak on dental care, and he would actually die at the age of 82 while driving, apparently from a heart attack. Now, the chair we have on display was used by Dr. Burkhart when he first opened his practice. It's actually a model designed by the SS White dental manufacturer around the 1880s. It has an oval iron base that was ornately trimmed and a folding foot and leg section, which folds all the way up, as well as an iron foot level for height adjustment. It was used by Burkhart as soon as he got into the profession, but then was sold to Dr. Clor Merle in 1915, who unfortunately passed away in 1918 as a very young man from the Spanish flu. The chair then transferred to its third owner, who was Dr. Patterson. He actually got the chair in 1918, but he started out as a dentist in 1917 after graduating from the University of Buffalo from their dental school. He was born in 1893, and he worked out of his office at 119 Washington Ave for quite a long time, and actually retired in 1979 at the age of 86. He probably treated most people in Batavia during that time. He was probably everybody's dentist. He lived at 41 Ellicott Ave with his wife Ruth and daughter Greta, and he became famous through his daughter, even more so, as in 1955 his daughter Greta actually was the first person to swim across Lake Erie. Now, Dr. Patterson was known for his manner with patients, and looking through some of his implements, he had a very intricately carved cabinet, which was made to look like a dollhouse from about the 1930s, which was meant to put the children more at ease. Now, Dr. Patterson would move out to California to eventually be closer to Greta, and he would pass away in 1988 in Santa Barbara.
We hope you enjoyed this edition of our Artifact video series and learned a little bit more about the dentists of Batavia and some of the tools and implements that they used while working on our teeth in the past. If you've enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a like and possibly subscribe to the channel, as it helps us out a little bit and gets you notified quicker. But while you're there, be sure to check out all of our other videos, as we've got over 100 in our Artifact video series, as well as others of our concerts and guest speakers from previous times. And look for new videos coming out every week or so. But the best way to learn more about the local history of Genesee County is to stop by the museum in person and talk to us, and we'll be happy to share even more information that isn't included in the videos here.